My skills.
Your skills. Your leadership. It's special. You're special.
You sound different, Chicky.
I've got some really surprising news. Al Pacino, aka The Godfather, might be joining the cast of Tulsa King. In a new clip posted by TIFF, Stallone shared his excitement about working with more actors on Tulsa King, saying, "The more actors I can get to come to the show, and you kind of like go one-on-one." He also revealed he's been trying to get Al Pacino involved, joking, "I've been talking to Pacino. I said you better do this before you croak. I want you like, come on, let's go. I've been calling you since 1977 Paradise Alley. This is true." Right now, Al Pacino is working on The Ritual, a horror film directed by David Medell. In the movie, two priests must put aside their differences to perform a series of dangerous exorcisms on a possessed young woman. The film is set to be released on April 18, 2025 in the US. Although his latest movie might be a horror, we all know Pacino, the Godfather star, is a perfect fit for the gangster genre. His mere presence is enough to light up any screen, so seeing him join the Tulsa King drama would be a huge treat for fans. Stallone and Pacino have been longtime friends and collaborators, most recently appearing together in The Family Stallone along with Dolph Lundgren. So, it wouldn't be surprising if Stallone convinces Pacino to swing by the Tulsa King set. Speaking of which, Tulsa King makes you wonder why it took Sylvester Stallone so long to follow in the footsteps of actors like De Niro and Pacino. Stallone stars as Dwight Manfredi, a New York mafia capo sent to Tulsa, Oklahoma to build his own criminal empire. Tulsa King has been a huge hit for Stallone and is one of the top shows on Paramount+. The show is good, no doubt about it, but it also makes you question something kind of confusing about his career. Stallone has dominated both the action genre with Rambo and the sports genre with Rocky. While his best movies have usually ruled their genres, there's only one area he's only just recently ventured into with Tulsa King, the crime genre. This genre is filled with icons like Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, and Denzel Washington, so it's hard not to wonder why Stallone didn't dive into it sooner, especially since he's absolutely killing it in Tulsa King. Tulsa King is easily Stallone's best performance as a gangster, and it might be one of his best overall. Watching him play Dwight, it feels like he was made to be a mobster. He's got everything a great gangster needs. His charisma can charm both enemies and allies. He's intimidating and imposing in tense scenes, and he nails Dwight's sense of power and importance. The show has brought out one of Stallone's most emotional and versatile performances in years, showing a side of him we don't often get to see. But it's not just that Tulsa King benefits from Stallone's talent, the show also works for him. There are standout moments, like the ending of Season 2, Episode 3, where Stallone shines in some fantastic gangster scenes. Whether it's a gunfight with a rival gang or a hit gone wrong, Stallone has proven he can hold his own in gangster drama just like De Niro or Pacino. Tulsa King is so good that it makes you wonder why Stallone didn't dive into the crime genre during the prime of his career. While Tulsa King marks Stallone's most recent turn as a gangster, it's far from his first. Over the years, he's played mobsters in films like Oscar, Fist, Avenging Angelo, and Get Carter. However, most of those films didn't quite showcase just how well Stallone can pull off a gangster. Except for Fist, which got a decent reception, Stallone's previous gangster roles usually came in underwhelming films, with Get Carter being a standout flop, sitting at just a 13% on Rotten Tomatoes. Stallone recently compared Tulsa King to Get Carter, even calling the latter a prequel to his character Dwight Manfredi, given the similarities between Jack Carter and Dwight. That comparison is pretty surprising, considering Tulsa King holds an 89% score on Rotten Tomatoes, while Get Carter is stuck at just 11%. But Stallone wasn't just hyping up Tulsa King. His comments offer a great excuse to revisit Get Carter and see if it really deserves all the negative attention it's gotten. While Get Carter couldn't quite match the brilliance of Michael Caine's cult classic original, Stallone's version didn't deserve the extreme backlash it got. Critics absolutely trashed it, but it wasn't the incoherent, irredeemable mess that a lot of people called it. Sure, Stallone's Get Carter isn't his best work, but it's a solid revenge action film and a decent remake. While it's fair to critique certain aspects, especially the plot and Stephen K's direction, Get Carter might just be one of the most unfairly hated movies in Stallone's entire career. The film does have some strengths. Stallone's performance isn't flawless, but there are a few standout moments, like the intense scene where he almost executes Alan Cumming's character, Jeremy, in the woods. Speaking of Cumming, his portrayal is arguably one of his best, and if the film had received a more positive reception, he could have been a contender for Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars. Combined with slick action sequences, Get Carter ends up being an enjoyable film, far from the disaster critics made it out to be. Stallone's comparison of Tulsa King to Get Carter actually makes a lot of sense, especially when you look at the similarities between his characters. Both Dwight Manfredi and Jack Carter are all about family and loyalty, which are huge deals for them. Throughout seasons 1 and 2 of Tulsa King, Dwight is all about trying to reconnect with his estranged daughter, while Jack, in Get Carter, is on a mission for revenge after his brother's death. Plus, both guys know exactly how to make their rivals sweat in classic gangster style. And of course, they both have that Stallone charisma that makes them unforgettable on screen. Anyway, enough about that. Now let's talk about what's coming in Tulsa King Season 3. Season 2 ended on a super intense note, with Dwight making some uneasy alliances and the Manfredi crime family growing rapidly. The events set up the perfect stage for even bigger things. Before Chickie's death, he had a plan to expand the family by tapping into new businesses in untapped territories, which is likely to play out in Season 3. Stallone has teased that Dwight's journey is going to take some unexpected turns, and he wants to keep the fish-out-of-water element alive. Because once Dwight settles into a situation, it could start feeling a bit too comfortable, almost sitcom-like. Also, Chickie Invernizzi, played by Dominic Lombardozzi, had a great idea for how Tulsa King could lead to future spin-offs. Before his death at the end of Season 2, Chickie laid out a plan for Dwight Manfredi to expand his criminal empire well beyond Oklahoma. His plan involved Dwight and Bill Bevilacqua franchising the family into other cities, essentially building up new mobs in places like Tulsa. With Bill focusing on Kansas City, there's a whole lot of untapped territory across America for Dwight to take over, and it seems like he might already have a city in mind for his next move. Terrence Winter, the main writer of Tulsa King, confirmed that they're talking about a spin-off set in New Orleans. Chickie's idea of franchising could be the perfect reason for Dwight to expand into Louisiana, especially since his Tulsa businesses are now on the up and up. Well, that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe because we have a lot more updates on this and other exciting upcoming movies. Please like the video, subscribe to our channel to get more updates on movies and TV shows, and share this video with your family and friends. We'll see you next time.